75 Hard. A Dad's Transformation.
Hi everyone, welcome to day 39 of my 75 Hard Challenge. Thanks for tuning in. This was more likely a normal morning. I had a good couple of hours of sleep and I was planning a editing morning. So I had a couple of podcasts I needed to get done. I asked my wife to bring the kids to kindergarten and school and she did. And I sit down and edit for from 8 to 1. And I already picked up one of the things I read in one of the books, which was focusing 45 minutes on work and then taking a 15-minute break and then getting back onto the desk and edit again. And I feel like that helped my focus really much. In addition to that, while I was editing, I used the under the desk bike and drove that. I think that helped me to focus even more because my legs were moving and had a moving going. So my concentration went completely into the editing software and I was going to power through that. So I did that for a couple of hours. And since my gravel bike took a little bit of a hit while we were on vacation, I needed to get that into the bike shop. I rode there and left it there. While I was already in downtown, I brought a couple of library books with me from that were rented out by the kids. And they were already due for 2 weeks. So I had to pay a non-significant fee. And I made the jokes because honestly, we are late all the time. And I said, okay, the next time I have to pay the late fee, I want a golden plate with my name as a donor of the library. But yeah, it is what it is. That's us. And that's expense I obviously need to run with and I can't get rid of. So when I was done at the library, I really went home really quick. I rode a scooter, this kind of electric rental scooters, which I hate. But to be honest, from time to time, they're just practical. Since I had to get rid of my bike at the bike shop, I took that and I feel like I'm always look like a super prick when I ride those, but it is what it is. Got the car, picked up the kids, left my older son at home because he wanted to do homework and play. I took my son for my first workout, my youngest son. He took the bike and I walked and we did that for 45 minutes through a path near our house. And then we came back and he really wanted to eat some waffles. So we did a waffle dough together and baked a huge amount of waffles. My wife joined us and we ate non-sugar vegan waffles. And they were tasty because I put a ridiculous amount of vanilla in it. I was shuffling around the household a little bit. And then my kids, my dad came along really quick because he wanted to pick up some tools. And the kids, and I think it was already 5-ish in that direction. So they wanted to go to the playground and play basketball for a minute. I was like, okay, let's go down. And my dad joined us and we talked for a bit and the kids played. And it rained a day before. And my youngest son decided that it would be a great idea to start jumping in the puddles. So he went and at some point he just belly flopped one of the puddles. So he was wet and dirty. And I said, okay, now it's time to go home and it's bathing time. So I put both of them in the bathtub. And while they were bathing, I prepped dinner. And yeah, that was more likely it. But the bummer came along after that. Because after I picked up my son, he fell asleep in the car. And every parent know what that means. So he bathed, he had dinner. And bedtime came along. And my youngest son wouldn't go to sleep. Luckily for me, my wife was on bedtime duty. So she had to spend, I would say, an additional 1.5 hours with my son and put him to sleep and play and read and all this stuff. And I had enough time to put in my second workout with the rowing machine as always, watching a bit Game of Thrones. And then she came downstairs, was a little bit pissed, which is understandably if you want to come home and just enjoy the rest of the evening, and it takes longer than expected. But we sat down on the couch. I wrote a couple of scripts for podcasts or questions, and I journaled my day. I sent out a couple of cold call emails and a couple of scheduling emails for potential podcast recordings. Yeah, so that was my day. And it's really deadish, I feel like. All my days I'm journaling with you, talking about this stuff. I feel repetitive from time to time, but my plan was to show you how my days are with 75 Hard and how I'm trying to get that in and try to figure this stuff out. So a lot of days are repetitive. It is what it is. So let's go through my list really quick. So first workout was the walk with my son, and he was accompanying with this bike. Second workout was rowing in Game of Thrones. I read the pages in the morning since I woke up 20 minutes earlier than my alarm clock. I didn't cheat on my diet. I didn't have any alcohol. I took a picture and I made it through. So thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to hear you tomorrow. Bye.